yesterday, of course, you guys were supposed to practice. Of course, that was canceled. So when you come into today, what is sort of the approach in terms of just how you want to take things with Morning State?
We got to learn from it, but I mean, reset. I think last game was obviously not what we wanted. A lot of games we've played good. I think we kind of got away from us the other game, and we just need to learn from our mistakes because it's costing us games too often, and we need to learn from that and get better and fix those issues.
How important is a good start for you guys tonight?
I think it's very important, but I mean, we can't do what we did in the last game where we kind of get away from our game and then the game gets away from us. But yeah, I mean, it would be good to have a game where we don't have to keep chasing, to keep it a little tighter and play our game for 60 minutes and not have to, go after it for, halfway through the game and start chasing. So, yeah, it'd be good to have a good start. We need to come out a little hotter and not wait till we're down 1 or 2 goals before we start playing.
How would you describe that first period where it's like when you have the first period where you're able to score versus the one where you're chasing? How would you describe the temperament and things you notice and the difference between the two? Is it skating? Is it something else? Or would you say this?
I mean, it shouldn't be any different, but I mean, it feels like we've just been working. Everything feels. We let in a goal or two, and the uphill is, it feels like it gets tougher than it should be, and it gets frustrating. And I mean, that's what happens when you lose some games. And most teams go through this over the season, and we just need to work our way through it. But it's, I think it's been mentally tough and frustrating, and that's I think is the biggest part.
You mentioned cleaning up the mistakes. What's the key to not being so focused on that you start playing tight, like worried about making mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, we can't do that either, obviously, but I think the mistakes are mostly where we let up breakaways or 2-on-1s, and it's systematic things that we lose our positions where, there's been many mistakes in different ways, but where we kind of have those breakdowns where we get odd man rushes too often and stuff like that and that's where we need to be tighter, and I think in that way tighter is better. So there's obviously a fine line there too.
Marcus, you talked about the mental part of coming from behind. Do you feel that things start to change in terms of what you're actually doing on the ice when you're playing from behind, or is it more the mental side?
No, but when you're down 2-3 goals, eventually you have to start chasing a little bit. But when you're down earlier in games, and we've gotten away from our games, ourselves, and that's not how you want to play, and that's not how you win games either. So we have to stick with our game plan throughout 60 minutes and work our way into games the right way and not get away from our plan, and that's that leads to kind of more mistakes, and that's how it's been so far. So we got to tighten it up in those areas and stick with our game plan, because when we know when we play that way, we're a lot tougher to play against.
What's it mean to face a team that you've spent time with for quite a while in the Capitals?
It's always special. I think Caps are the team that I've been with for the longest time, and it's a little different to play those guys, but it's also fun. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a good challenge for us tonight, and it's time for us to step up a little bit.
Great.
Thank you.